With Resident Evil 4 Remake just around the corner, one thing I've wondered about is the Mercenaries mode. Now, I'm not really worried about whether or not it will be featured in Resident Evil 4 Remake. I do think we will get Mercenaries mode in this game. My big concern is which version of Mercenaries will we actually be given? Because as we all know, Resident Evil 8 Village had a Mercenaries mode, and it was much different than what we had in 4 through 6. In Village Mercenaries, each map had like a set number of enemies that you had to kill, whether it was 19 or 47 or 53, there was a set number that you had to kill. Now most of them were standard type of enemies, but there were the occasional boss type of enemy that was also featured in there that you would have to kill. And once you killed them all, you could move on to the next stage and it would have been 100% clear. There were also these orbs that you could break, and they would give you like 3 different options to choose from to enhance yourself, such as enhanced speed or your knife does more damage and little things like that. And that was pretty much what Mercenaries in Village was all about. Now you did have characters like Chris and Heisenberg who had special abilities that they could use, and so there was that little twist to it as well. But that was pretty much it for Village Mercenaries. The traditional style Mercenaries that we have in 4 through 6 plays a bit differently. It's where you're basically killing a bunch of enemies until either time runs out or you get killed. And personally, I prefer that style of Mercenaries over what we had in Village. I just liked that a little bit more. I had a lot more fun with it, and you can clearly see it on the channel. Like, I've played 4, 5, and 6 Mercenaries several times on this channel. I've only played Village Mercenaries twice on the channel, so that's just personal preference. There are people out there who I'm sure they think Village has the superior Mercenaries, and that's perfectly fine. Me personally, I'm hoping that Resident Evil 4 will obtain the traditional Mercenary style, where basically you're just surviving and killing a whole bunch of enemies until the time either runs out or you get killed. Now, in like 6 Mercenaries, there was a set number of enemies, but it wasn't like 47. There was either 150 on standard Mercenaries, or if you played No Mercy, there were 300 enemies. And so there was a whole lot more that you would have to deal with in, whatever map you chose, versus Village, where I think the most was maybe in the 50s or something. I can't really recall, but it was just very weird how random that was. So I would just like to see traditional style Mercenaries. Now, if they wanted to, they could implement both styles, and I think that'd be really cool. Similar to how Resident Evil 6, you can either play traditional Mercenaries or you can play No Mercy Mercenaries. And so it gives you like that variety. So if they wanted to, they could implement this style Mercenaries, and that would be perfectly fine. But if you only could have one, me personally, I would rather have the traditional style. I just think it was better. And I would also love it if they added co-op, because I think that'd be a really cool addition. Having co-op really added to the fun factor, because you could always get online with a couple of friends and play them in Mercenaries. So that was always a neat little thing that 5 and 6 did, and I would love for 4 Remake to implement that as well. But that's just my thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you like to see the traditional Mercenary style make its way back for Resident Evil 4 Remake? Or would you like to see the Mercenaries from Village be implemented instead? Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, and I shall see you all on the next one. See you then.